Hi plant buddies! So today we're going to talk about the difference between an underwatered succulent and an overwatered succulent and what to do with them if you ever have issues with either or both, okay? So let's start. So guys, this right here is an Echeveria Lola. This is a succulent that has been overwatered, and let me show you why I know that it has been. Periodically, when you guys water your succulents or you're just looking at them, or even just right before you water them, guys, always check the bottom leaves and see how they are doing. So if I look at the bottom here, because it's almost time for me to water. I haven't watered this in over 2 weeks, so I thought, okay, maybe it's time to water it, right? But then I looked at the bottom leaves, and guess what I saw? Do you see that leaf right there? That leaf right there is showing me that this succulent has been overwatered, okay? So let me go ahead and pull it so I can show you guys. When I pull it, it just comes off, guys. It comes off really, really easily. And as you can see, doesn't it look exactly like the leaf that I showed you in the beginning? This leaf actually came from the succulent right here. Now, look at this. It is still fat and thick, and it has turned yellow when I rub off the farina. And look, I'm not even pressing it. I'm just rubbing off the farina, and it's already watery. It's already watery and mushy and soft. This leaf is completely dead from being overwatered, okay? That is a sign that your succulent has been overwatered. When you see your succulent like this, do not water it anymore. It does not matter if the soil is dry. Do not water it. It has already received way too much water. That is what this leaf is trying to tell us. And then I want you guys to pay attention to the very end there. You notice that the end of this succulent is thin, and it almost looks like it started drying off from there, while this side, this outer end, is still fat. The reason why I want you to pay attention to that is because sometimes when you check your succulents really closely, if they are overwatered, just to see if they are overwatered, sometimes this part, this outer part right here, could be completely healthy. It can look like that. It can look like that, and you think it's perfectly fine, right? But then say you kind of hit it or bumped it a little bit and you took it out, and the end kind of looks like this. You see that, how it started rotting from the end? Because this succulent has been overwatered. If a succulent has been overwatered, it typically starts to dry off at the end of the leaf where it's attached to the stem, not from the tip where it normally starts when it is actually underwatered. You see how the crunchiness, this is the most crunchy part of the plant, because that is the part, because that is the part where it starts to dry off for an underwatered succulent, not here. This is the last part to dry up, okay? While an overwatered succulent, it starts right at that end there. So that could be a sign also. If your succulents like this one wasn't showing any sign, right? But then I kind of saw the bottom, and it's that means that the succulent has already been overwatered. That's a kind of like a mid sign. This is already pretty bad. This right here is obviously underwatered. Do you see the leaves right there at the bottom? These are the very bottom leaves that it has. The soil is completely dry. I have not watered this for over a week, and as you can see right here, I took the leaf off. It started drying from the outer tip of the leaf. That part is completely crunchy. There, you could actually hear it. Completely crunchy. And it just started drying off slowly from the top to the bottom, to that part that attaches to the main stem. And then this one right here, after that leaf, is what it's drinking from. If I pull on it, it actually does not come off very easily. I actually had to wiggle it a few times for it to come off. Same thing happened right there. You can see the leaf is super thin and it completely just wilted off, but there's actually still a little bit of water left right there at the very end of it. When I bring it up close to the camera, you can see right there, it's starting to dry off from the tip of the leaf, and when I press on it, it is a little bit soft. It's gummy. It wrinkles a little. It does not get watery or mushy at all. That is a sign that your succulent is being underwatered. Now, always make sure, because overwatered succulents can also show the same symptoms if the stem or the roots have started rotting. So always make sure that the stem of your succulents are completely healthy. There are no signs of rot. And if you haven't watered your succulent in a while and it's doing this, chances are it's most likely underwatered. Now, if you watered a succulent in this condition and 2 to 3 days later it still looks exactly the same and has not plumped up at all, it starts to plump up from the top, from the center of the leaves down. If nothing is changing and it keeps drying off, then it might be time to check those stems and those roots for any signs of rot. Okay, let me show you guys another succulent to compare that has also been underwatered. This succulent soil is completely dry. I have not watered it for over a week and it is now in need of water. But the very bottom leaf is what you want to focus on. This is the very bottom leaf of this, did I say Echeveria opalina? This is a Graptoveria opalina. This very bottom leaf right here has started to thin out. You can see how much thinner it is compared to like this fat leaf right here. It is starting to pucker and it is starting to thin out, and when I press on it, you actually see it wrinkle. It does not get watery, it gets wrinkly and it feels gummy and it's pliable. Now, it has started drying off from the tip. Like I said, when it starts drying off from the tip like this and then going down as the plant slowly uses up its water reserves, that is a sign of your succulent being underwatered. So when your succulent shows signs like this, it means it is ready to water. Granted that you have not watered, you know that you have not watered in a while and the soil is completely dry. Okay, that is a sign that your succulent now needs water. When your succulent soil is completely dry, you haven't watered in a while, but the bottom leaves still feel really firm and hard, it means that it is not ready for any water anytime soon. It does not matter if the soil is dry. It has more than enough water in its leaves to be able to be used by the plant, so it should be okay. Always wait. You don't have to wait until it's gone this far, but always wait until you know that the bottom leaves have thinned out a little bit, just 1 or 2 bottom leaves before you water. If they are still extremely firm, it does not matter if you haven't watered your succulent for a month. It does not need water anytime soon. That's why I needed to show you guys a succulent that is perfectly healthy. Now the question is, what do we do, guys, right? Now that you know the difference between an overwatered succulent and an underwater succulent, what do you do when your succulent has been overwatered and you see leaves like this? Well, one, if you're confident enough that the succulent will be okay, it won't rot because it's happened to you before, you can just leave it and do not water it at all for a while until it shows you signs of underwatering, like our Graptoveria opalina over here. Or you could take your succulent out of the pot and check the stem and the roots and let it dry out of that soil for a few days. That is a sure way to save this Echeveria lola right here. So we're going to take it out. So let's just pull it out like so. Again, I haven't had this for a long time, so it's not even well established yet in there. You can see as I clean it, the roots are actually completely dry. Actually, the soil is completely dry. So I don't know, it's somehow still rotted. This must have started rotting after I watered it from the last time, and I just didn't notice it. Okay, here, look. It's already showing me that this leaf is gone. It's already taken up too much water. It already started dying from there. You see that? You see how it's actually starting to thin out right there? So, do you guys see that? Do you see how it looks almost the same there from under right there? It's starting to thin out, and this is actually starting to look translucent. That is a sign that this leaf has already starting to die off. It's taken too much water. It's showing signs that it has been overwatered. So there it is right there. That's why it was important for me to show you guys this leaf. Completely healthy right out here, right? You wouldn't even know if you're just looking at your succulent. But right there, it's already telling me that it has been overwatered. So let's just remove this leaf because it is now useless to the plant. You can try to propagate this, but when the leaf is translucent like this at the end, it will most likely not do anything for you. You just leave it out to dry like that for a few days until these leaves stop showing up, because it might still keep doing that, and the leaves start to dry off like this or like this. That means that it's, you know, starting to need water. Or you can cut off the stem just to make sure. You can cut off the roots just to make sure that you save it from rot in case there is any rot in that stem. Because I am me and I like to be absolutely sure that my succulent lives if it has shown me signs of overwatering like that. Although the stem seems okay, I always cut. I always restart as a cutting just so I can see what's going on inside the stem, because rot can sometimes not show itself but has already started. Now, if I don't cut this and there's rot, it could keep spreading all the way to the crown, and then I have absolutely no way of saving this Echeveria Lola at all. If there's no rot, then I can just simply replant it once it starts to look a little bit dry. But I want to make sure, because as a cutting, you could always restart it as a cutting and it will root, and then it will live whether it has rot or not, as long as you take off all the rot just in case there's rot. Okay, let's cut. I will cut right above that dark area, although it doesn't look like there's rot, just to see what's going on in that stem. I'm also going to take out, maybe not, but okay, here we go. See? You see how the stem did not show me that there was any signs of rot at all, but there was. Look at that. This is why I always advise to cut. The roots are completely dry, the soil was completely dry, only a few leaves were watery, and look, our Echeveria Lola has started rotting. So let's just take off a few more leaves. We will try to propagate these because they are still completely healthy. We just take off whatever leaves we can, and we can try to propagate those. Hopefully they do propagate, and cut until there is no more rot. I am particularly having this problem right now because although I haven't been watering, rainy season has started here where I live, and it is wet and humid every single day. It has been raining day and night for the past week. So I cut that off and there is still rot. So that means we keep cutting that brown, and I am just cutting until I feel like all that brown is gone. And what we'll do is we will callus this for about 5 days to a week, or I might even just let it dry like this until it starts to grow roots before I put it back into fresh, well-draining, dry soil. Okay, then we will also put a little bit of cinnamon. Why cinnamon? Cinnamon has natural antifungal properties that kill certain types of candida in the soil, and it can also act as an antifungal agent for the open cut. So let's just put some cinnamon over that cut. They say that this also helps the cut heal a little bit faster. There you go, guys. That is how you save an overwatered succulent. If yours has not gone that far and you're watching this video, hopefully it has not gone that far. I hope this video helped, you know, for future waterings of your succulent. Know the difference between an overwatered succulent and an overwatered succulent by understanding the condition of their leaves. This was overwatered with leaves like this, and this is a succulent right here that is showing signs of underwatering, and so is this one. So again, guys, reminder, if your succulent is like this, completely firm, no signs of rot, even if the soil is completely dry, it does not mean that it needs water. Always check the condition of your leaves, okay? Understand the difference between an overwatered and an underwatered succulent. They tell us when they need less water, overwatered, no water at all, completely healthy and firm, and underwatered, where the bottom leaves start to dry out. So another reminder about this one, if your succulent has not been watered in a while, the soil is completely dry, and the leaves start to do this, it is underwatered. If your succulent looks underwatered like this, but you just watered 2 or 3 days ago and it's still the same, none of the leaves up top have firmed up, it means that it's possible that the roots have already rotted or there is stem rot, so you want to check that. Okay, so one last tip. It takes, guys, it takes 1 week to kill a succulent by overwatering. It takes months to kill a succulent by underwatering. So always err on the side, always stay on the side of underwatering, because this is an easy fix. If your succulent is underwatered, all you have to do is water it and it'll come back to life. If your succulent is overwatered, when it's too late, it can't be saved like this. Okay, it's harder to come back from. So always try to wait until they look a little bit underwatered, like this. This is the perfect time to water before you water, just to prevent your succulents from rotting, like this one. Oh, and Echeveria Lola, definitely not a beginner succulent, at least not for me. So this is Christine from These Succulent Buddies. Don't forget, guys, to like our official These Succulent Buddies Facebook page if you want to see behind the scenes updates of what happens with my succulents in my garden. Please like and follow These Succulent Buddies Facebook page. We will have a direct link down below in the description. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.